Okay guys, so in this video we're going to go over 3 concrete examples of the trigonometric ratios. So directions. For each one of the following, find the given trigonometric ratio. So for number 1, we are given cosine of z. Now, as you can tell, we have a triangle with sides 9, 41, and 40. Now cosine, the first thing that you have to go ahead and write down is the formula for cosine. So cosine, well, actually write down the acronym. So I'll go ahead and write on top. It's so, that looks like a 6. Let me change that. So, ka, and then toa. And in this case, we're focusing on the ka, right? So it's going to be cosine of c is equal to, well, the acronym for ka is AH. So AH stands for adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're going to go ahead and write that down, adjacent, and I'm going to use abbreviations, over hypotenuse. So we have to find the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is the easier one. So we have the 90-degree angle here. So the side that's opposite to the 90-degree angle is 41. So that's going to be my hypotenuse. Now, if you don't remember that that's going to be the hypotenuse, you can also look at the 3 numbers. And the largest one is 41. Therefore, that is our hypotenuse. Remember, the largest side of a 90-degree of a right triangle is the hypotenuse. Then we need the adjacent. So this is going to be my angle C, and now 9, is that going to be the opposite or the adjacent? Well, that's actually going to be the opposite because it is not one of the sides that is being used to make angle C. So it is opposite to angle C. So it's going to be my opposite, and now 40, the last side that is left, is going to be my adjacent. So therefore, cosine of C is going to be equal to 40 divided by 41. So 40 divided by 41. Sorry about the keyboard keep on popping up. So that's going to be 40 over 41, and that's it. We're done. So it's going to be my answer. Now, in some programs, they might ask you to go ahead and write it down as a decimal. So you would have to go ahead and put that in the calculator. So 40 divided by 41, and then give the decimal. But in this case, you do not have to do that. Okay, so number 2, tangent of W. We first have to go ahead and write down what tangent of W is going to be. So tangent, that corresponds to the third acronym. So it's going to be this one, and it's OA. So that means that O goes on top. What is O? Well, O is the opposite. And then the A is going to be adjacent. So so ka toa, toa. So T-O-A, toa. All right. So let's go ahead and always start by finding the hypotenuse first. So the hypotenuse is the side that is opposite to the 90-degree angle. So that's going to be my hypotenuse. Then from here, we have to go ahead and identify where's W, which I did not specify where that is. So let's go ahead and just write them out. So let's make this one W, and let's make this one C. So now, since this is W, so we have 48. 48, is that going to be my opposite or my adjacent? Well, that's actually my opposite, right? Because 48 is opposite to the angle that I'm being at. So in this case, it's W. So that's going to be W is the opposite to side 48. Or you can also say that 48 is opposite to angle W. So that means that my 14 is going to be my adjacent. So the answer for this is going to be tan of W is equal to 48 divided by 14. And I put tan. This is supposed to be 10. Now let's go over the last one. So we have, let's see what's going on here. Sine of C keeps on popping up. All right. So sine of C is equal to, and that's going to be the first part, right? So So we have O for opposite, and then hypotenuse in the bottom. And in this case, always start by the 90-degree angle. So that means that 37 is my hypotenuse. Then we're looking for C, so that's C. So that's going to be this angle C. I'm actually going to go ahead and fill it in. So C, so this is opposite to angle C. So that means that 35 is going to be my opposite. And that means that 12 has to be my adjacent. Let's see, adjacent. So when I use my formula, sine of C is equal to the opposite. So that's going to be 35 over hypotenuse, which is 37. And that's pretty much it. Now, like I said, some programs are going to go ahead and ask you to go ahead and write it down as a decimal. So you're going to have to go ahead and put it in a calculator and divide. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys learned something and that you guys try to implement it in your work. That's it. Bye.